It's 2025. The world is louder than ever. Everyone is talking, posting, arguing, and trying to prove themselves. Social media is a battlefield of voices screaming for attention. And yet, here's the truth that no one wants to admit. The loudest people are not the most powerful. The ones who truly grow, truly succeed, truly rise in 2025 are the ones who focus on themselves and stay silent. Let me say it again. Focus on yourself and stay silent in 2025. Silence is your advantage. While the world wastes energy showing off, you will be building. While others argue, you will be growing. While they brag about their plans, you will be too busy executing yours. Here's the emotional hook. Imagine 1 year from now, standing at the end of 2025. Do you want to look back and realize you spent the year chasing noise, scrolling endlessly, comparing yourself to others, and arguing with people who don't even matter? Or do you want to look back and say, I focused on me. I stayed disciplined. I didn't waste my energy proving anything to anyone. I built myself in silence. And now the results speak louder than any words ever could. That is the choice you face right now. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man named Marcus. He dreamed of starting his own business. At first, he told everyone about it. He posted about it, shared his plans, and looked for approval. But instead of support, he received criticism. People told him he wasn't ready, that he was too young, that he'd fail. Their words drained him. The noise distracted him. One day, Marcus made a decision. He stopped talking. He stopped posting. He stopped explaining himself. Instead, he put his head down and went to work. He studied, saved money, and built his dream quietly. Months passed. A year passed. Then one day, he launched his business. And the same people who doubted him, they were now asking for advice. What changed? Not his talent, not his intelligence. The only thing that changed was his focus. He stopped wasting energy on noise and started pouring it into himself. He stayed silent, and everything came naturally. That's your blueprint for 2025. Too many people in this world are obsessed with what others are doing. They compare their lives to strangers online. They brag about their dreams without putting in the work. They waste time defending themselves instead of building themselves. And at the end of the year, they have nothing to show but excuses. That won't be you. This is the year you stop talking and start doing. This is the year you stop comparing and start focusing. This is the year you stop chasing validation and start chasing growth. Remember this quote, work hard in silence. Let success be your noise. That's the mindset you need in 2025. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to explain your moves. You don't need to announce your goals. You need to focus on yourself, your growth, your health, your discipline, your goals. Because at the end of the day, results are louder than any words. And here's the truth. People may doubt you, laugh at you, underestimate you. Let them. Don't argue. Don't fight. Don't explain. Stay silent. Let them believe what they want. Because the moment you start showing results, all the noise will disappear. There's power in silence. Power in keeping your goals private. Power in letting your actions speak. So ask yourself, who do I want to be in 2025? Someone who wastes the year chasing noise? Or someone who locks in, stays focused, stays silent, and lets the results speak at the end of the year? Because here's the reality. 2025 can either be another year of excuses or the year that changes everything. The choice is yours. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. And let your results roar. The hardest part about focusing on yourself in 2025 isn't the work, it's ignoring the noise. Distractions are everywhere. Your phone lights up with notifications, people around you demand your attention, and the world keeps trying to pull you into meaningless arguments and endless comparisons. If you're not careful, you'll waste your entire year reacting to everyone else's life while neglecting your own. But here's the truth. You cannot build your future if you are busy watching someone else build theirs. Focusing on yourself means learning to disconnect from the noise. It means resisting the urge to broadcast your every move. It means staying disciplined when everyone else is chasing attention. And silence, real silence, is the weapon that keeps you sharp. Let me tell you a story. Sophia was a young woman who dreamed of becoming a doctor. She was passionate, hardworking, but she struggled with self-doubt. Every time she told people her goal, she was met with criticism. It's too hard, too expensive, you're not smart enough. The more she heard it, the more discouraged she felt. One day, Sophia's mentor gave her advice that changed everything. Stop telling people your dreams. Prove them in silence. From that moment on, she stopped seeking approval. She didn't announce her grades. She didn't post about her long study nights. She simply worked. In silence. While others partied, she studied. While others sought attention, she sought progress. Years later, she walked across the stage, diploma in hand, as Dr. Sophia. The same people who doubted her were stunned. But she didn't need to say a word. Her results said everything. That's what focusing on yourself and staying silent does. It protects your energy. It shields your dreams from unnecessary negativity. It allows you to grow without interference. And in 2025, protecting your energy is more important than ever. We live in a culture that glorifies oversharing. People announce every move before they even take the first step. They want applause before they've earned it. But here's the danger. When you talk too much about your goals, you trick your brain into thinking you've already achieved them. You feel a false sense of accomplishment without actually doing the work. Silence prevents that. Silence forces you to earn your success, not just talk about it. Remember this quote: don't tell people what you're going to do. Show them what you've done. That's how you take control of 2025. But let's be honest, staying silent isn't easy. Sometimes it feels lonely. Sometimes you'll wonder if anyone sees the effort you're putting in. Sometimes you'll crave validation. That's normal. But here's the lesson. You don't need recognition to keep going. You don't need applause to grow. You don't need approval to succeed. You need focus. You need consistency. You need discipline. And silence gives you all of that. Think about the bamboo tree. For years after it's planted, nothing seems to happen. You water it, nurture it, wait in silence. Yet the soil shows no sign of growth. But underneath, the roots are growing strong. Then one day, in a matter of weeks, it shoots up taller than anyone expected. That's what your 2025 could look like. Months of silent work. Months of unseen discipline. People might even think you're wasting your time. But when the results finally show, they will be undeniable. So don't rush to prove yourself. Don't waste energy convincing people. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. Trust the process. And remember, your silence is not weakness. It's strategy. It's patience. It's wisdom. This is your year to stop competing with others and start competing with yourself. Your biggest rival isn't the person next to you. It's the person you were yesterday. Every day in 2025, your goal is simple. Wake up, focus on yourself, improve in silence, and let your results speak for you. Because here's the truth. The world doesn't respect words, it respects results. So when distractions call, ignore them. When doubt whispers, silence it. When people demand proof, stay quiet and keep building. Because at the end of the year, when the results are undeniable, when your growth is visible, when your progress cannot be ignored, you won't need to explain anything. Your silence will have spoken for you. Focusing on yourself and staying silent in 2025 will not always feel comfortable. In fact, sometimes it will feel like the hardest choice you've ever made. Why? Because silence feels invisible. And in a world obsessed with being seen, invisibility feels unbearable. But invisibility is not failure, it is preparation. Every champion you admire had a season of silence. A season when no one knew their name, no one applauded their effort, no one saw the work they were putting in. And yet, it was in those seasons that their strength was built. Let me tell you about Daniel. Daniel dreamed of being a musician. He poured his heart into his craft, writing songs, practicing for hours, and dreaming of the day he'd stand on stage. At first, he shared his music online, hoping for attention. But when the views didn't come, when the likes didn't add up, he felt crushed. For a while, he thought about giving up. But then something shifted. Daniel realized that chasing attention was draining his energy. So he stopped posting. He stopped explaining his dream. He stopped waiting for applause. He decided to stay silent and focus on the work itself. For 2 years, Daniel disappeared. No social media updates. No announcements. Just practice. Just growth. Just silent work. And then, one night, he performed at a local show. His talent was undeniable. His music carried a depth that silence had sharpened. Within months, doors began opening, collaborations, opportunities, recognition. People called him an overnight success. But Daniel knew better. His success wasn't overnight. It was built in silence. That's what 2025 can be for you. A year of silent growth. A year of focusing on yourself so deeply that when the results finally show, they'll look effortless. But behind the scenes, you'll know the truth. It was years of patience, discipline, and silence. Remember this: silence is not the absence of action. Silence is concentrated action. The world is filled with people who talk about what they're going to do. Few actually do it. The difference between dreamers and achievers is simple. Achievers stay silent long enough to finish what they started. But let's be real, silence is also full of tests. People will test your patience. They'll poke at your silence. They'll ask, "What are you doing with your life?" They'll doubt you, laugh at you, underestimate you. And your instinct will be to defend yourself. But here's the power move. Don't waste a single breath explaining yourself. Don't give them the satisfaction of draining your energy. Keep your vision to yourself and let your progress speak when it's ready. As the saying goes, never announce your moves before you make them. Because when you announce too soon, you invite doubt, negativity, and distractions. But when you stay silent, you protect your dreams like seeds in the soil. And when they finally bloom, no one can deny their beauty. Think of silence as your shield. It shields you from unnecessary noise. It shields you from discouragement. It shields you from wasting energy on people who don't matter. And most importantly, it shields you from yourself, from the temptation to settle for attention instead of results. Here's a simple truth: attention fades, but results last. When you stay silent and focus on yourself, you build results. And results are undeniable. Maybe right now you're in your silent season. You're grinding with no recognition. You're trying to better yourself while no one notices. And it hurts. But I want you to know this: your silent season is not wasted. It's preparing you. It's shaping you. It's making you unshakable. Think of the caterpillar in the cocoon. To the outside world, it looks like nothing is happening. Silent, hidden, forgotten. But inside, transformation is taking place. And when the time comes, it emerges as something completely new. That's what your silence in 2025 is doing for you. You're in your cocoon season. And if you stay focused, if you stay disciplined, if you protect your energy and keep growing, when the time comes, you'll emerge unrecognizable. Stronger, smarter, sharper. But only if you resist the temptation to break your silence too soon. So this year, when the world pressures you to speak, don't. When they ask for proof, stay silent. When they doubt you, let them. When they mock you, ignore them. You don't need to explain yourself. You just need to keep working. Because your silence is not weakness. Your silence is your weapon. And when the time comes, your results will roar louder than any words ever could. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. And trust that in 2025, everything will come naturally. There will be moments in 2025 when silence feels unbearable. You'll want to defend yourself, to prove your worth, to show people your progress before it's ready. And yet, that is the very moment you must hold your silence. Because silence is not just the absence of words, it's the presence of strength. Noise is easy. Silence is hard. Noise is temporary. Silence is eternal. Think about it. When a storm rages, it's loud, violent, chaotic. But when it passes, silence remains. When people gossip, argue, or criticize, it's loud. But eventually, their voices fade. What remains? Your work, your results, your growth. There's a quote by Rumi: "Silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation." What does that mean? It means silence connects you to truth. It clears away distraction and reveals what really matters. Let me tell you a story. Elena was a young professional in a corporate office. She had big dreams of becoming a leader, but her coworkers constantly doubted her. They whispered behind her back, mocked her ideas, and tried to push her down. She could have fought back with words, but instead, she chose silence. Elena focused on herself. She stayed late, studied the business inside and out, and quietly built her skills. She didn't argue, didn't defend herself, didn't try to prove them wrong. She just worked. Months later, an opportunity opened, a promotion that no one thought she could handle. But Elena was ready. She crushed the interview, proved her value, and earned the role. The same coworkers who mocked her were now reporting to her. She didn't need to say a word. Her silence had spoken for her. That's the kind of strength you can build in 2025. The kind where you don't waste time fighting small battles, because you're focused on winning the war. The kind where you let your growth do the talking. The kind where people look at you one day and say, "I didn't see that coming." Here's the truth. Silence builds mystery, and mystery builds power. When you stop telling people everything you're doing, they start wondering. When you stop broadcasting your every move, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability is strength. Not everyone needs to know your next step. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Protect it. Guard it. Keep it close until it's ready. Remember this. Don't announce the moves. Announce the results. But silence is not just about protection. It's about transformation. In silence, you grow in ways the world cannot see. You sharpen your mind. You discipline your habits. You strengthen your spirit. And when the time comes, all of that silent work explodes into visible success. Think about the bamboo tree we talked about earlier. For years, it looks like nothing is happening. Silent, hidden, forgotten. But underground, the roots are growing strong. And then, suddenly, it shoots upward with unstoppable force. That's what your silent work in 2025 will do. But here's the challenge. You must trust the silence. Trust that the work you're doing matters, even when no one claps. Trust that the effort you're giving will bear fruit, even if no one sees it yet. Trust that your results will come, naturally and powerfully, if you stay consistent. The world is full of people who gave up in their silent season. They couldn't handle being unseen, so they quit too soon. Don't let that be you. Don't quit in the silence. Don't waste the pain. Don't waste the patience. Because silence is where winners are made. And maybe right now, your silent season feels heavy. Maybe you feel invisible, unappreciated, or ignored. But let me remind you, diamonds are formed in the dark. Roots grow in the soil. Transformations happen in silence. One day, you'll look back and realize that your silence in 2025 wasn't punishment. It was preparation. So stay focused. Stay patient. Stay silent. Because every day you resist the noise, you're building a future so loud, so undeniable, so unstoppable, that the world won't be able to ignore it. Your silence will become your superpower. At the end of 2025, you're going to look back and ask yourself one question. Did I focus on myself, or did I waste my year chasing noise? Because the truth is this, noise fades, but results remain. The arguments, the gossip, the criticism, the distractions, all of it will vanish. But the progress you made in silence, the growth you built in private, the discipline you forged when no one was watching, that will stay with you forever. Focus on yourself. Stay silent, and watch what happens. You see, silence is not the absence of movement. It's the most powerful movement of all. In silence, you build the habits that shape your destiny. In silence, you protect your dreams from doubt and negativity. In silence, you sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and prepare your spirit. And when the time comes, your silence will break, not with words, but with results so loud the world cannot ignore them. There's a quote by Benjamin Franklin, "Well done is better than well said." That is the truth for 2025. Stop saying. Start doing. Stop proving. Start building. Stop shouting. Start growing. Let me tell you one last story. There was a man named Alex. All his life, people told him he would never make it. He was underestimated, ignored, and mocked. At first, he tried to defend himself, to explain, to prove his worth with words. But it drained him. So he made a decision. He would stop talking, and he would start working in silence. He focused on himself, day after day, month after month, year after year. No announcements, no explanations, just discipline, just silence. Years later, when he achieved his dream, when he stood on a stage in front of thousands, The same people who doubted him were in the crowd, clapping. Alex didn't need to say a word. His silence had already spoken. That's the future waiting for you. But here's the warning: you can't fake silence. Silence isn't about hiding laziness. It's about multiplying discipline. It's about pouring every ounce of energy into your growth, your craft, your future. And when you commit to that, life will reward you. In 2025, don't waste your time arguing. Don't waste your energy chasing attention. Don't waste your focus comparing yourself to people who aren't even walking your path. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Your only focus is who you want to become. Stay disciplined. Stay patient. Stay silent. And trust that when the time is right, everything will come naturally. So tomorrow, when you wake up, remember this message. You don't need to post it. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to tell anyone. Just live it. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. Let your actions speak. Because one day, the results of your silence will be so loud, so undeniable, so powerful, that the world will stop and listen. And when that day comes, you'll smile. Not because you proved them wrong with words, but because you proved yourself right with action. Focus on yourself. Stay silent in 2025, and let everything come naturally. And if this message lit a fire inside of you, don't let it fade. Carry it forward. Let it fuel your days, your weeks, your entire year. And if you ever feel like giving up, come back here. Let these words remind you of who you are and who you're becoming. And before you leave, hit that subscribe button to Mind Fire Motivation. Because here, we fuel your fire, we remind you of your strength, and we push you to become the best version of yourself. This is your year, your moment, your season. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. And watch. Everything will come naturally.